What's up, Previews World? It's Wednesday. It's New Comic Book Day, which means it's time for Previews World Weekly. Sorry, I almost lost my timer for a second. I'm one of your hosts, Troy Jeffrey Allen.
I'm your other host, Ashton Greenwood, aka the Duchess of Free Comic Book Day. No Free Comic Book Day news yet. I'm gonna get ahead of you on this one, Troy. But if you want to generally have fun and stay up to date on those news, you can follow me at Free Comic Book Day on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where we do a lot of general nerd yelling during the Free Comic Book Day off season.
I think that's how most nerds spend year round. So I think it's very fitting that we're doing that. I got a lot of headspace here, so I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. All right. Actually, since you made like a small announcement about Free Comic Book Day, I guess I should make a small announcement about Previews World, or I guess I should just say it's just a big announcement. There's a new catalog out this week. This week I love this. First of all, I just got to point out I love that Cowboy Bebop cover.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think I've established pretty upfront that I am a huge Cowboy Bebop fanboy. I'm approaching this new Netflix series with being optimistic about it. But it is definitely gracing the cover of this month's previews. Specifically, a new Titan Comics book. Comic book is dropping in December, which is going to be more in tune with the Netflix show, which is pretty awesome. It's got a great Stanley Art germ cover, great Stanley Art germ cover, and also got to see some of the interior art, and it looks banging. It is great. It's not Art Germ's not on the cover, but Art Germ is definitely on the interior. And also want to point out that there is a new Christopher Priest Vampirella book coming out called Unholy, and it's going to be featuring Dracula. If you're following the Vampirella series, her and Dracula have gotten hitched. Now they're about to go on their honeymoon in Transylvania. So that's got some promise. I've been following the Christopher Priest run, and it's been very entertaining, very sarcastic, and very cool. So speaking of Vampirella, we actually have one of the women who has graced the cover of Vampirella in the past. The one, the only Anna Mia is joining us this week.
Hey
What's
guys.
up, Mia?
Hey, Mia.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Cool. So Mia, you can't tell us a lot, but what can you tell us anything about Vampirella this week?
So I have some. So we just did the Indiegogo for the Vampirella issue 67. So those should start shipping soon. That's a tongue twister. And then there is another Indiegogo that's coming out that I can't say. I was told I can't say anything about. I was really hoping I was going to be able to say something today, but I can't. But hopefully by Friday, if you pay attention to my social media, I will be able to reveal something. So hopefully, fingers crossed. But a lot of big things coming up. But also, I will be on the cover of one of the Dynamite Unholy issues. So that's exciting. I'm excited for that.
Okay, that's cool. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
What is that? Does that make like 4? Because you've done 2 Betty Page of Vampirella and now the Unholy?
Yeah. So I think so. I think that's like 4, but then there might be other things. I didn't want to say so bad.
I know.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
You messaged me earlier today, like they won't let me say anything. You were so upset about it. I was like, I understand.
I'm Tom Holland. Like, someone's gonna need to start taping my mouth shut because I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I have been sitting on this for so long that I'm just dying now. So
stop me. Stop there. Like it's just like you can just see it like shooting out of her ears.
I know. I need a Benedict Cumberbatch by my side
there you go. Right.
Slap me every time.
Well, you know what? Let's change the subject quickly. How about that? I'm gonna save you. All right. So it is New Comic Book Day. So let's just dive into the comic book releases this week. Mia's got her pick. Ashton's got her pick. I've got my pick. And then on top of that, we're going to show you some new toys. So let's just dive in. Let's get into it. All right. Hallelujah indeed. It is New Comic Book Day. You know what? I'm going to go first because I always make Ashton go first. So, and I think this is pretty self-explanatory, so I don't have to talk a lot about it. My pick this week, I think, is like really clever and really cool. It's Assassin's Creed, Where's the Assassin? So, yeah, right? So
my God.
you cool. Remember Where's Waldo, right? They probably still make Where's Waldo, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Titan Books, who I actually mentioned earlier, did an Assassin's Creed version. And it's basically a giant hardcover that basically you have to spot the assassin. The thing I love about this is if you've played Assassin's Creed, of course, the whole thing is they're super stealthy and they hide in the backdrop to attack. So it's kind of like right on theme with the game itself. And I just thought this was really cool. And I'll read you real quick the description. Do you have the eagle eyes necessary to make it in the enigmatic Brotherhood of Assassins? This classic search and find book will allow gamers to interact with their favorite characters in a new way, with beautiful, intricate, original illustrations spanning over 2,000 years of history. Search for 13 iconic assassins through the ages and across the world. And I just thought that was super clever. And I love when they do stuff like that. So I'm way into it. Actually, Creo agrees with me.
I hope you know how in Where's Waldo there's always the extras, right? Like Oddlaw and the dog and Wendy and I hope there's extra little things you can find too. That would make it just
perfect. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'd love that. I just thought that was really neat and a really smart way to kind of do something different, right? So that's available.
Really smart.
It's really smart, right? So that's available at your local comic shop today. It's going for $14.95, so it won't break the bank. All right, Mia, what is your pick this week?
Okay, so mine is going to be the newest issue of Chew. So for those of you that don't know, Chew is a continuation of the original comic series Chew, spelled Chew, which follows Tony Chew, who's a detective for the FDA, who can find, he senses things and knows things from things that he eats, which is kind of good and also bad, because of the things that sometimes he needs to eat in order to solve mysteries. But this series follows his sister, who also has a weird sense, but she learns secrets from the people that she eats with.
Oh,
so and she's a criminal. Her brother is a detective. So put that together, and that's Chew. So really fun storyline. Really kind of different idea, and I really like that. So
yeah, awesome. Actually, that's also very clever. That little play on words, very clever indeed. What about you, Ashley? What are you looking forward to this week?
Okay, so there's a lot of really cool stuff coming out this week. So I actually had kind of a hard time landing on one, but my pick this week is Rivers from IDW Top Shelf. And it's meant to be this kind of interesting commentary on human connection in the age of digital fragmentation and social media. And so it focuses on these three weirdos, definitely weirdos. And they all have the same reoccurring dream, right? So our weirdos that are starring are Gideon, who's your lonely IT computer nerd guy. And he's also a comic book nerd. How fitting. Heidi, who works from home in her pajamas and is really into making soup. And Peter, who's a 56-year-old divorcee that's fixated on his past for some reason. And so, like I said, all of these three weirdos are having the same reoccurring dream at the time that this new web service comes out, where you could basically put in your dream and share it with other people and get interpretations and stuff like that. So they're all going to use this same website at the same time and link up with each other in hopes of kind of getting some clarity and figuring out maybe how they're connected. And I just think this will be a really interesting commentary on the friends we make online and the authenticity of those connections and how they serve us in a larger sense. So I have high hopes for this book.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for anything that kind of comments on the social media landscape. So that's actually pretty interesting. I'm going to check that out myself.
That's really cool. I kind of want that website to exist because I'm I wonder if anyone else has the same dreams as me. Now I'm just kind of is it a good thing? Is it bad?
No, I think I'm with you on that. It would be cool if someone had a website where you could share those things. Absolutely.
Yeah, share and compare.
All right. Of course, comics aren't the only thing available at your local comic shop this week, right? There are, of course, toys and much, much more. So we're going to kick it over to Natasha, and she's going to show you what's inside the Previews toy chest this week. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a bunch of news items from the past week because a lot happened. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Natasha here to give you a look inside the Previews toy chest. Let's find out what's at comic shops this week. That's not all. Before heading to your local comic shop, be sure to check out PREVIEWSworld.com/new releases. There you'll find a complete rundown of everything a toy collector could possibly want.
All right, and thanks to Tasha. And as she said at the end of the video, you can find everything available this week at your local comic shop. Just go to PREVIEWSworld.com/new releases. And I will continue to point this out for as long as I have to. The DC items are also on that page. Mm-hmm. So if you have a Pullbox account, you're able to see it. So just go ahead and get a Pullbox account. And just you can see everything, including DC, on PREVIEWSworld.com/new releases. All right, so I promised you guys some news. So Ashton's going to give it to us. Ashton, let's do it. Let's do the news segment. I have no segue. Ooh.
Okay, great. I was like, the first thing we need to discuss is the stinger, because that was fantastic.
Right. That was good.
That was cool.
Way to go, Johnny.
All right, so I guess the first thing we're kind of talking about here is a bunch of stolen comics, which breaks my heart.
All right.
A total of 4,996 comic books and pulp magazines have been stolen from the Robert M. Irving Jr. collection at Florida State University. And so the missing items include comics from Marvel and DC, among other publishers, also underground comics, science fiction magazines, fantasy and horror magazines, Big Little Books, books and magazines about collecting comics, comic book criticism, posters, and art prints. So it really runs the gamut of everything kind of comic and pop culture related has gone missing. These items went missing back in March of 2020. So they've been missing since March 17th, 2020, and some may have been put up for sale as soon as that same month.
Oh, wow.
So it might be kind of a hassle to track all of this stuff down. Now, if you're interested in sleuthing, they have made a spreadsheet available of all of the missing items, and they're asking anyone with any information to contact the Florida State University Special Collections and Archives.
That's nuts, actually. Yeah, we every now and then we get these little news items. Like I remember we did the one about the guy who stole broke into a card shop in Japan and stole some Pokemon cards. Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting. Like, I wonder if they pop up on eBay or something.
That's what I'm wondering. Well, the other thing is they're not tagged in a way that indicates they're specifically owned by FSU. So you theoretically could. There's no way to know that if you're buying this thing off of eBay that it belongs to it's missing art, basically.
All right.
Oh, it's so sad. But I'm glad that they're doing this spreadsheet at least, you know? Like,
oh, yeah, there it is.
Internet detectives, go get on it.
Right.
I mean, they're like Reddit will find some things.
Tell me about it.
Whether you want them to or not, they will find some things. So put Reddit on this and
Have you guys seen Don't F with Cats, the Netflix documentary?
Yes.
Yeah. As soon as you said the internet sleuths, I was like, yeah, that's a real thing. Like they will find people. Like that was pretty. If you guys watching right now have not seen Don't F with Cats on Netflix, you know, after the show, go ahead and watch it. Like you'll be glued. You'll be so glued to the screen. Like it's like captivating.
It's so unsettling.
It is. It is also kind of unsettling. Yeah. It doesn't go where you think it's going to go. It's really interesting. All right, let's also talk about Ashton's favorite thing in the whole wide world, or one of Ashton's favorite things in the whole wide world. What's up with this Obi-Wan deal? Like, what is Ewan McGregor's talking stuff about this Obi-Wan show now?
He's talking stuff. He's saying that this Obi-Wan show on Disney Plus will not disappoint. High praise. I think Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan was kind of the high point of the prequel trilogies. I thought he did a great job. So I am incredibly excited about this. How are you feeling?
You know what? I was kind of trashing, I think, the prequels last week in our last Star Wars conversation. And I saw this news article and I was like, you know what? This is actually what I really wanted for a prequel. I just wanted Yojimbo Obi-Wan, like the lone samurai, just wandering Tatooine. Like, why did he just decide to just chill in the cave after a while? Like, what things has he seen? So yeah, I'm actually really high on this. And, Ewan McGregor's such a good actor. So I actually watched Halston, just kind of like randomly. I don't know if you guys have seen, that's also on Netflix. But yeah, he's such a great actor and high praise for him. That's cool. Me, are you big on the Obi-Wan?
I'm honestly loving the artwork for it. Like what they've shown so far is amazing. Like I'm really excited for it. I love that it's aimed towards like a younger. The new one is aimed kind of towards like a younger crowd. So that way we get, you know, I want like everyone to get into Star Wars. So as young as we can start getting kids into Star Wars. I sound like a big pusher here, but like, yeah, I think we need to get them into it.
Absolutely. So, I got Jerry here saying, I want more Qui-Gon Jinn. Actually, would be kind of down for that too. I don't think we've gotten a lot of that, have we? There's like maybe like some passing comic books, I guess maybe a novel here and there, but no screen adaptation. So absolutely. Mystical Green Beanie, being a troll. FSU, Florida man pulled off a competent heist. Theft is bad, but
we do not condone.
We do not condone. Bad Mystical Green Beanie. Bad. Oh, there's something else with High Republic too. What was going on with High Republic? You mentioned something about that off camera.
Yeah, so IDW is bringing together all of its series architects that are currently working on Star Wars: The High Republic, which is like this massive, sprawling Star Wars universe set during High Republic, I guess. But it's when all of the Jedi are kind of at the height, leading the galaxy, and they have several different storylines going on at the moment across a couple different comic books and even different publishers. So they're going to bring it all together into Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures Annual 2021, which is coming out at the end of this year in December. And so Claudia Gray, Justina Ireland, Daniel Jose Older, Kevin Scott, and Charles Soule, who have all been working on these individual books, are going to just mash it together into one giant story and kind of bring all of these things into a crossover, which is going to be incredible.
That could be
That's
cool.
what I was talking about with the artwork. I actually got confused. That's what I was talking about with the artwork. Is like this.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was talking about High Republic. But yeah, I love this because it's made for middle school readers, and I love this. So.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Is that Padme? Like, is that Padme in the foreground, or what is that right there? I'm not sure.
It can't be.
It can't be. No, yeah, it predates Padme, right? That's right. Yeah. High Republic's way before. So, yeah, no, let us know. Let us know if you guys are interested in the High Republic. That series is coming from IDW. Mia, you're excited about the Batwoman Who Laughs. What's that about?
Yeah, so they're gonna be doing, a gender reversed the Batman Who Laughs as a Batwoman that laughs, and I'm just really excited for those kind of like, with the Marvel what ifs, like this whole kind of like what if you had the DC the Flashpoint Batman, which is like one of my favorite storylines. So it's kind of got that same idea of like, what if the Batman Who Laughs was the Batwoman that laughs? So I'm really excited for that. That announcement that came out was something that I was like, ooh, excited to see what they do with that. So
absolutely. I mean, they haven't revealed who it is. I guess that's the big mystery, right?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Because you mentioned Flashpoint, it makes me wonder: is it like Martha? Is it Martha Wayne, like from the Batman Who Laughs world, or you know what I mean? Like, what could it be?
Oh, is it the same universe?
Well, I don't think it's Flashpoint. I don't think it's the same universe as Flashpoint. But yeah, it's not, because it's from the death metal Batman stuff. DC has a lot of infinite Earths. And even I can't keep them straight. And like, I've been reading DC since I was a kid. But like, yeah, I'm curious what the reveal would be and how people will take to it, because it has potential. I'm also really excited about the little glimpse of the Batman that we caught the other day online. Like, and actually I found out like people are saying like, oh, I can't wait for the real trailer. I was like, wait, this isn't the real trailer?
Oh, is it not?
No, this is just a teaser. I like it gave me, it was so satisfying watching it that I was kind of like, oh, so this isn't even the actual trailer. They did this, of course, for DC Fandom over the past week. It was Batman Day the past week as well. So, of course, they lined up a bunch of cool stuff. And after we talked to Chuck from Chuck Loaded Comics last week, I am so excited to find out what they're going to do with the Riddler.
What's crazy is it's a 2.5 minute long teaser.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, teasers used to be really short. Now it's like a full trailer length.
I have a lot of questions about this, and I'm interested because it's been admittedly, a lot of my interest comes from how messy this has reportedly been. So I want to see if they're going to pull off something worthwhile.
Right.
I'm also interested in Pattinson as Batman, probably more than honestly Riddler or anything else in this.
No, I feel you on that. Actually, I have a friend, one in particular friend, who's highly upset about Pattinson playing Batman, and I'm like, what? I'm like, they said the
Why?
same thing about Michael Keaton. They said the same thing about Val Kilmer. They said the same thing about, well, they were right about George Clooney, but they said the same thing about Christian Bale. You know what I mean? I'm just like, just wait and see. Like, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be good
Right.
at it. You know, but some people just go Twilight and just have a freak out moment. So I'm super confident because the guy who did Troy McClure. Oh, it's the guy from it's the Troy McClure saying she is from Earth 11 where the characters are gender switched. Oh, okay, is that true?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
interesting. All right, interesting. But yeah, I'm interested in it because the director's Matt Reeves, who did the most recent Planet of the Apes trilogy,
Mhm.
and those movies are so good. Like, I think they're excellent. So I'm actually really curious about where they're going with that. Also, Mia, you brought this to my attention, and I'm a Mark Miller narc. Mark, like I like anything Mark Millar. I'm going to read it. I'm going to collect it. And you pointed out Nightclub to me, which is this new series that they just revealed
Yes.
online this past week. He's actually going for 2 because he's got 2 books that got revealed this past week. But what can you tell us about this? Because this was actually pretty cool.
So I had only heard about Night Club, so I'm kind of interested in the King of Spies when you're talking about. But this is really kind of cool. It's like, basically, what if you were turned into a vampire as an ordinary teenager? Which, we get like adult vampires, we get like little kid vampires, a la, Interview with the Vampire. But like, what happens when you're like 17 on that like cusp? And it's just like, you are perpetually not allowed to like buy alcohol or tobacco products, or like, what if you're stuck as a virgin like forever? Like, I'm like, the implications of being not an adult yet, like legally also, like, I'm like, what would happen? Like, how would that play into being, and plus teenagers are like so impulsive,
Right,
and
yeah.
all that, like the
Mm-hmm.
hormones
Yeah.
and like the not thinking before doing.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's a good point. Are you perpetually in like that puberty state? Like, if you are
Yeah.
bitten by a
no.
vampire, like, are you just hormonal all the time?
Forever.
That's actually a very good point. You've seen Interview with the Vampire, like Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, and I always found the Kirsten Dunst character. I never read the book, sorry guys, but like I've always thought the Kirsten Dunst character really interesting because she's stuck as a child, but she's lived for like hundreds of years, and like some of her frustrations that come from that. So yeah, I'm on board for that. I think that's actually really
Yeah.
cool.
They actually did that in Doctor Who too, and
did they?
there was a character, Maisie Williams was on there from Game of Thrones,
Right.
and she played this character that was stuck like living eternally as like a teenager, and like it's just kind of like this idea of like, well, who do you have kids with, if you want to have kids and you're a kid yourself, and yeah, it just opened up this whole wormhole of like craziness of like, so yeah, this is crazy. I want to see where they go with this.
And because it's Mark Miller, right? Because he's done like Kick-Ass and Kingsman, and like he's going to go there. Like you just know
he's not
going
afraid to
there.
go dark.
Right. You just know he's going to go there. So yeah, I'm really into that. The other book that actually was announced was actually King of Spies, which is actually, so he has this Netflix deal, and it looks like this is kind of like the reverse of what he's been doing with Netflix. Normally, Miller makes a comic book, and then it becomes like, well, the plan was Miller makes a comic book, and then it becomes a Netflix TV show or movie, right? But it looks like this is something that Netflix wants him to develop, and then they're going to turn it around into something for Netflix itself. So yeah, I got really excited at first because I thought this was a Kingsman sequel, but in actuality, this is actually a completely new concept, and I'm curious to see what happens with this. This is actually pretty cool. I love that artwork, by the way. That's like just a great cover. But yeah, Britain's greatest secret agent faces his deadliest enemy yet, his own mortality. Diagnosed with a brain tumor and 6 months to live, the retired Sir Roland King looks around at the world he saved so many times and feels he can't leave us in such a mess. Yeah, I like that. I think that's actually a really cool concept. So yeah, that's coming soon, and like I'm pretty certain that this is probably going to come out through Image because that's where Miller World is right now. So yeah, keep an eye on that inside PREVIEWSworld, guys. That's coming soon.
That's crazy. Like Netflix having their own like providing a wheelhouse for a comic creator to make a comic, and then like taking that same comic and then making it into like just full circle now with comics and TV shows, and really cool.
Yeah. His spin is always so unique that, like, normally I'm like, oh great, like, you're making this for a TV show or you're making this to turn into a movie, but his spin is so unique that I'm kind of like, I'm into it. I just want to see where he's going to go with it. So 100%. So yeah, that's some of the things going on in the world of comics right now. Let's show you. I'm sorry, yeah, in the world of comics right now. Let's show you a new trailer. It's actually the comic book Frontiersman. This is coming out today from Image Comics, and then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about it. All right. And that's from Frontiersman. That's in comic shops today. It's from the team of Patience, Conviction, Revenge, which is Patrick Kinlon and Marco Ferrari, which I'm very jealous of that last name. I want my last name to be Ferrari. I love the description. It says for mature but uncynical readers. So check that out. That's on comic shelves today. All right. What do we got here? What is up next? I think it's time for Social Swamp, ain't it? I'm sorry, for top 5. All right, you guys ready? Mia's actually got a top 5 for us this week, guys. So we're gonna get some insight into what she considers the height of nerddom. Oh, and Ashton's gonna take the lead. So let's do it. Top 5 time.
Okay, so we asked you guys to give us a list. Give us your top 5, whatever it is, as long as it's nerd adjacent, and number them off for us. Sometimes you guys don't always categorize them, please. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here reading random lists of things. Let's see what you guys said. What are your top 5s? Okay, Steve says top 5 Jokers. Jared Leto, surprised he's even on the list. Jack Nicholson, Cesar Romero, Mark Hamill, and Heath Ledger at number 1.
All right.
Usagi says my top 5 comic creator picks. Sergio, I don't know how to say his last name.
Aragonis.
I don't like butchering people's names.
I mean, I understand. We do it anyway. We do it every single time.
Exactly. 2 is Stan Sakai, 3 is Mike Mignola, 4 Eric Powell, and 5 Jeff Darrow.
That's actually a pretty good list.
Stacy says top 5 nerd accessories. 5 Texas Instruments calculator. Whitey tighties, black framed glasses with tape in the middle, bruises from where the jocks would be jocks, and pocket protectors. That's so clever.
That's good.
Stanley says top 5 careers for alligator Loki. So specific. 5 the Void petting zoo, cleanup after endgame battle, customer service, acting, and President Loki.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'd vote for him. David says animated series villains that you could never keep down. Megatron, Cobra Commander, Skeletor, Lodo, and Mumra.
Okay, fair enough.
Matt says top 5 movie chase scenes on or in or adjacent to a train.
Okay, I'm excited for this. Let's hear this.
This is 10. This is a whole damn list.
You broke the rules, but it's a great list. I'm into it.
All right. Number 1 is Lone Ranger, Back to the Future 3, Spider-Man 2, Skyfall, Batman Begins, The Wolverine, Indiana Jones Last Crusade, Fast 5, Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows, and Mission Impossible.
I'm glad Fast 5 is actually on there. I don't remember a train sequence in Indiana Jones Last Crusade. Johnny, do you know what he's talking about? I have no idea.
Hold on. So you're saying for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade?
Yeah, train sequence.
I don't remember if there was an actual train sequence. I remember them like towards the end out in the desert with a tank.
With a tank, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that your list is suspect. We're gonna have to take it to a
Call it
committee.
into question.
Troy calling people out.
I call foul.
I call
Well,
foul.
actually,
Yeah, right. Yeah. I was thinking the other day we should do a segment called "Well, Actually," where the audience just corrects us every single week. For example,
I will
not
put
to-
on all of those nerd accessories and do the bit in that outfit.
the TI and everything.
You
Okay.
see here actually in Amazing Spider-Man.
I actually still have my TI from high school. It's like buried in a
So
bunch
do
of
I.
like Rubbermaid containers. For some reason, I still have it. Anyway, sorry.
We have one last one.
No.
okay. Dave says the top 5 Muppets: Gonzo, Fozzie, Pepe, Kermit, and Animal. I fat disagree, and so does
Ooh.
Jeremy. He says, "How dare you put Pepe above Kermit?"
I'm Team Gonzo all the way. I love Gonzo. Gonzo's the best.
You know
Gonzo-
what? The only Muppet I care about is Beaker. And it's such an obscure pick.
I like that though. Beaker's also a pretty good one. Animal and Gonzo, I'm for.
Mhm.
I'm 100% in. What about you, Mia? What is your top 5, Muppets or
Okay.
otherwise?
I got top 5 comic to movie adaptations, and then I kind of cheated on my own thing because like 2 of them are TV shows. But I didn't put them in order because it's so hard. Like I picked this topic and then I was like, oh, I instantly regret this. This is super hard. So like I love Kick-Ass. That was great. Umbrella Academy, Lock and Key, Scott Pilgrim, and then I had to throw in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the classics, not the new ones, but like the classic movies were
Okay.
fantastic. And then I joked with Ashton that I was going to throw Avatar The Last Airbender in there just to see her reaction.
Don't you look, Mia? I like you a lot. Please don't, because we can't be friends afterwards.
Ashton
Oh
takes
my
her fandom
God.
I need to
seriously.
see her reaction. Or Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball movie. Like,
Oh my god! I
Actually,
watched
after
like half of the Dragon Ball movie before I even realized that's what it was supposed to be because it was so bad. And I was
Right.
like, oh, like why are they calling this guy Goku? Like, dead. I got halfway through it, and then I was like, all right, I got it now. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
I mean, that's totally understandable because it has nothing to do with Dragon Ball. Like, it doesn't even look like Dragon
No.
Ball at all.
No.
Actually, real quick, Brian Sartain is saying Swedish Chef, which is actually another good one. I like it.
yes.
There you go. All right, so let's actually know what we were just talking about Ashton taking her fandom seriously. I'll tell you a little story that you're not aware of, Ashton. After we do the
boy.
weekly poll. So what is the poll this week?
Okay, so today is Hobbit Day. Very exciting day. So we asked you guys to settle a long-running debate, as we frequently ask of you, and tell us who is the real hero in Lord of the Rings between Samwise Gamgee and Frodo. And this took no time at all to just immediately explode and
really?
get people angry.
So real quick, before we dive into this, I had a meeting with my boss at Previews HQ, we'll call it, right?
Mhm.
And she mentioned that she could hear Ashton in the other. We were talking about the poll, like via a Zoom call or whatever. And I guess you and her were like within shouting distance of each other, and she could hear Ashton say, "I will talk smack about Frodo all day." And she was like, what is going on there? And so I had to explain to her. I was like, oh, we're doing this thing with Frodo versus Sam. And she was like, well, Sam, obviously. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the poll.
That's
Oh,
great.
no.
So John, you might as well join us for this one. Come on in.
So before we go any further, I'd like to say out to the people who are watching. So let us know in the chat here what you think is who's the real hero of Lord of the Rings, Frodo, Sam. So let us know what your votes are.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right. So
Ashton,
actually,
I want to hear Ashton's argument though.
okay, let's hear it, Ashton.
Bro, I just Frodo is just such a big fat complainer. Like just 3 movies. These aren't short movies. They're like 3 hours a piece. It's just like 9 hours of Sam, I need help. It's just like longing stares, pained looks, and just agonizing complaints while Sam tries desperately to keep this hot mess moving forward.
Moving forward, I'm with you on that. Jerry Lovino actually disagrees. He said Frodo carried the ring, Frodo tossed it in. So, I mean, I don't
Yeah, but
know.
doesn't Sam like physically carry Frodo at one point?
At one
Carry
point, he
Frodo
literally
carrying the ring.
he literally puts Frodo on his back and carries him
Yeah.
at one point in time. So, what about you, Mia? Where do you fall on the Frodo Sam debate?
I'm with Sam. Like, look, I'm a lifelong Elijah Wood lover. I love him.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
man, Frodo, I was just annoyed. Like, yeah. Sam was like, come on, we gotta keep going. Like, don't turn into a butt munch now. We gotta keep getting into them. Like, I mean, it was just like, without his motivation, it would have all been doomed.
You're right. No, that's true. It's a
agree.
very good point.
I
Middle Earth
love
would be
it.
screwed.
The way Aunt Mia is describing how Sam was talking to Frodo, it sounds like how I'm trying to get my son out the door in the morning, getting ready to go to school. Come on, we gotta go. It's right there. Get your shoes on.
Actually.
So let's see what is it? Let's see what's going on down here in the comments. What can we show people? Because sometimes these comments get
Oh,
out of
God.
control.
Oh no, I looked at it. They're good. So Matt
Okay.
Vaughn says it was Sam. Frodo won the whole damn time, and Sam did all the work. So
We're done here.
we're done here. Captain M in the Nerd Rage 42 said, "Damn it, I clicked the wrong one because of my stupid Hobbit figures."
What else you got here?
Bex Schneemann?
Yeah, that. Mhm, that sounds good.
Everyone's going to say Sam, but Frodo was really going through the ringer. I see what you did there.
Oh,
And was just as much of a hero, so both. And Nathaniel Miles says, Sam was great, but he got to marry the love of his life, have 13 kids, be the mayor, live at Bag End,
That's a
and
good point, actually.
throw sexy parties.
For a sexy
A
party.
sexy
Oh,
party.
yeah.
I want to know what a sexy
I
party is.
missed that part of Lord of the Rings. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
So did
too.
I, apparently.
Sexy parties into it.
He was the ring bearer for about a day. Frodo's life was ruined by the ring quest, and departing Middle Earth was the only way he could be made whole.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let's hear it, guys. What's the verdict?
Oh wait, we have another one. DJ Young's coming in. Sam is Anna from Frozen, basically. Nothing went down without him.
Actually, I'm
That's
not from
quite the
Frozen.
take.
I never thought I'd hear a Lord of the Rings Frozen comparison.
All right.
I'm going to vote for Sam because every great man needs a hype man. Where would Chuck D be without Flavor Flav?
Oh my gosh.
Where would peanut butter be without jelly?
Oh wow! I love the comparison of Sam to Flavor Flav. I love it.
Someone out there Photoshop a big ass clock on top of
Sam Wise.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So yes, that being said, I'm going with Sam and 77.6%.
Wow.
Oh man.
With Frodo only getting 22.4% of the vote.
Yikes!
Slaughter out here.
So
It is.
I have a question though. Do you guys think if the roles were reversed and Sam had to carry it for the majority, do you think he would have had the willpower, or do you think the roles would have been reversed and like he would have been the whiny one, or do you think Sam like had the willpower to make it the whole way?
I mean, look, I'm not a Lord of the Rings buff, but I did watch the first 3 movies like a million times, right? I mean, the whole thing with the ring is that like it kind of corrupts you and it kind of like anchors you and pulls you in and everything, right? And I'll give Frodo the benefit of the doubt. And I'll say that because of that, he had the hardest time with the ring, right?
Yeah.
And he was most likely going to be more like Smeagol. He was going to get Smeagoled if he had just given in. And Smeagol is like the cautionary tale for Frodo, right? So I'll give Frodo the benefit of the doubt here and say that if Sam had worn the ring or carried the ring, he would have been in the same situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe his heart's so good. He might have lasted longer before turning. I don't know.
Jerry's saying Sam could never have gone through what Frodo did. Did we all forget Aragorn was there the whole time and Sam cried for food?
I mean, all of the hobbits have like a food-related meltdown.
do.
At some point.
Yeah.
That was more Merry and Pippin.
Merry and Pippin.
Oh my
but they're
God,
all
yes.
they're all like gluttons. Like all hobbits are gluttons. Like we've established that for sure. Interesting. Okay. Actually, Aragorn wasn't with them the whole time though. It's also I got to point out, like eventually it's just those two. So and eventually it's just Frodo for a while. So Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, was a Darren J. Jackson says Sauron was a wuss. Okay.
Oh.
Thank you. Completely off topic, DJ.
Right.
So thank you very much. All right. Before we wrap up, I wanted to show you guys this video this week, and I'm not going to comment. I'm just going to let Johnny play it because it tells a whole story right there. Let's see it. So this is Jim Lee. And he's clearly showing his original artwork to X-Men #1, which I can only imagine how cool it would be to own those.
Right?
Hate to see it. Now, let me ask you guys, let me ask you, do you think that was real or was that fake?
Oh, I definitely think that's fake just because none of the reactions are big enough.
You're right.
Like
I
neither
feel
on Jim Lee's part or his buddy's part. Like if you really just did that, like at least one of these guys is about to have a freak out.
Right, yeah. I'm sure Jim Lee could have bought a house with the original art from X-Men.
Right.
I feel like this is like the infomercial to one of those, get this sham wow. Look, it'll get your chili off of a first prank X-Men. Like, this is kind of like, it's like that, like people can't do anything in infomercials. He's just like, oops, I can't hold my soup.
That's a very good point. He does kind of have like the bumbling idiot from like a Tide commercial kind of like performance going.
Hold it with two hands.
I just want to pop in here. It's just let's analyze this frame really slow. Look at like how daintily Jim Lee taps this guy's arm and tell me that he's not faking. I mean, look at this. So it's just reaching over. Oh!
It went over before it even touched.
Yeah. I know. You guys, let us know in the comments.
Frame it. Freeze frame.
Yeah, like let's go back to
see how him hitting the one arm would make the other arm spill the soup.
Look, see, it's already going over before look at us being internet detectives. We should be on Reddit right now.
Right. Reddit, help us out. Let us know if this is actually real or fake. You guys in the comments, let us know if this is real or fake. But yeah, I just thought this was very amusing. I'm gonna say it's fake too, but like it did create like a few seconds of amusement on my day when I saw it last week.
Also, can I just drool over his entire kitchen and house? Because holy crap, that's gorgeous. Look at that stovetop.
Oh, terrible acting. Glad he's a better artist.
Oh,
Whoa.
damn.
Oh, okay. So here it is. This is okay. So I didn't know there was a second video to this. All right. This was originally posted on Jim Lee's Instagram. So the video that you sent over, Troy, was like a screenshot that someone had taken and was just that last part. Or just this. Oh, okay.
So
gotcha.
there's a whole prelude to like the actual spilling of. So this video is about 2.5 minutes long.
Okay.
So what you saw was only about like the last minute or so where he's here talking about the panels.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I never thought to myself that I would want to own like some Jim Lee art for one of the X-Men, but now I kind of do. I've kind of been on this original comic art kick lately, and now I'm like, I wonder if I can go online and find some Jim Lee X-Men art. I'm sure it would cost an arm and a leg.
You too can own this incredibly rare Jim Lee original art soup stain variant.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I was wondering if it would sell for more because, like, if this video went viral, right? Like, could he then have like, made it worth even more because of the accident, some sort of like weird Banksy thing. I don't know.
Right.
Oh my God, yeah.
Love it. All right, Ashton, comic shop shout out time. Who is the comic shop shout out for this week?
Yes, sir. This week's comic shop shout out comes from Roxanne, and it goes to Carol and John's comic book shop in New England, Ohio. She's known them for years, and it is such a great place to shop. So we'll show you some photos from Carol and John's comics at the end of the show during the credit roll. If you want us to shout out your local comic book shop on the show, find us on social media, tag your shop. If they don't have a handle, just leave their name. And also use the hashtag #SupportYourLCS. We'll find your shop, shout them out on the show, and give them some love.
All right. And
real quick, Troy, before we move on from this, I just wanted to like talk about like Carol and John's comic shop. I don't usually do this, but and like doing like the research for finding the graphics for like showing some pictures of their shop afterwards, I came across a video, and if you look up Carol and John's comic shop, there's this video. It's about 5 minutes, 23 seconds long, And let me actually give me 1 second. Let me try and do a screen share with it. It's not going to have the audio, but it's really interesting to like see. Like this was a video that showed how this comic book shop survive the pandemic and kind of what they did to like get through the tough times when people weren't coming in. There's a shop right there. It's like Cleveland, Ohio. And it showed how just doing like simple things like changing your mindset can like kind of turn around a bad situation. And he basically started doing live streams and like onto Facebook Live and like selling stuff from like a set that he built. And I think it's just a really inspiring story. And the store is owned by or run by him and his mom. So it's a family business. I mean, that's that shop right there looks amazing.
It does, yeah.
It's really, really cool. So I messaged them the other day and said, like, we're going to give you a shout out on tomorrow's episode Previews World Weekly. So I hope they're watching. I don't know if they are or not. Let's see here. No, they're not. I don't see them commenting. But yeah, look up Carol and John's comic shop. I looked up in Google Images, and then there was a shot down here. Let me see if I can find this. Give me 1 second. Nope, it's not going to work.
That mural. That's actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah, like the artwork in their store is really, really cool. But anyway, like if you see this image right there in the Google image search with the green background right there, that's the thumbnail. So you click on that, it'll take you to this video. It's just really interesting to watch and see how this mom and son, not mom and pop, but mom and son comic shop survived the pandemic. So I just wanted to give them a little extra nod about that because I thought it was interesting to.
No, that's cool, man. We love stuff like that.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's very cool. Let's do shout outs then. Ashton, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok at Free Comic Book Day. Like I said at the top of the show, we're in the Free Comic Book Day off season, so General Nerd Yelling is the name of the game right now. Come hang out with me.
Yeah, General Nerdity. I love it. What about you, Mia? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of those under Animia Official. And keep your eye out. Hopefully by the end of this weekend, I'll be able to announce something more.
Yeah. All right, Mia, stop. Cut her off.
Yeah, that's it. Good.
And yeah, you can find me. I hang out at PREVIEWSworld. That is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and is that it? I think that's it.
Twitch.
And Twitch. There you go. Thank you very much. We don't give Twitch enough love. We're going to try to give Twitch more and more love. Mia's on Twitch too, actually. So yeah, we gotta show Twitch some more love in the coming months. But yeah, check me out. Catch us at PREVIEWSworld and yell at us because you're already doing that anyway.
Yep.
And I think that's it, guys. That's everything we got for this week. Thank you, Mia, for joining us. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is always fun.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
And that's it for Previews World Weekly. I'm one of your hosts, Troy Jeffrey Allen.
I'm your other host, Ashton Greenwood.
And we will catch you.
Animia.
And we will catch you guys at the spinner rack. Don't die me. See you guys.
Don't forget that you can catch Previews World Weekly streaming live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific at Previews World on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.